Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Valcast. We're starting our episode 8, our session 8 of A Blaze of Cruelty. Isn't that wonderful? We're getting close to 10 sessions. So, last we left off, you all were in Sorath at the boarding house. There was a murder. One of our esteemed NPCs had been murdered in the night and left out in front of the boarding house to be discovered by our party, specifically our esteemed lady leaders of our party. Now, we have a new player joining us for this campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just go through the Discord and introduce everybody once again. And then we will get started. Okay? So let's start at the very top of the Discord. Cynthia, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm playing Rianne.
Okay. Next up, we have Daniel.
I'm Daniel. I am playing Dominic.
Okay. And Bear.
I'm Bear. I am playing Gawain.
Now, we have two different players who go by Bear. So this is a different Bear.
I am Bud Bear, then, or Leather Jacket Bear.
Yes. Go ahead, Raven.
Hi, I'm Raven. I'm playing James.
Okay. And Gabby.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm playing Vera, and I will probably be the one with the dogs barking in the background.
Pork, 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 pork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in to our session here. I'm going to change the music. Let's see. What is... Yeah, let's do this one. Last we left off, we were here outside the boarding house, and Jace Halline, a lieutenant of the Night Raptors, had accused the party of murdering Eilithal Ver-Ariash. The party, believing themselves innocent, counterattacked, knocked him out, and convinced his troops, these 4 heavy infantry right here, that he is in fact the traitor. And that's about where we left off. So, the scene is yours, everyone.
If I remember correctly, we'd sent off, or Rianne had sent one of them off to get the commander.
Indeed. Yes, they will be on their way back as soon as they can. However, it's quite a ways to the tower.
Yes, it is. Vera, would you go in and get a blanket for Eilithal?
That's already been taken care of.
Yeah, I went and I got your blanket.
That's fine. I don't care.
So the token by me, that's the
This is the lieutenant.
That's the lieutenant we knocked out, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Have we bound him and everything? Is he like...
Yeah, he has been bound with some rope. He's
Okay.
resting up against that wall there, and he's unconscious. Little birdies are floating around his head, going tweet, 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 tweet.
All right.
Are there any benches out here? I think they're on the far side.
Nope, they're all over here. These are all benches.
Brienne is going to go over here and sit down. She is tired, she is wounded, and heartsick.
Mayhem
And it
sits.
is. And Brienne pits Mayhem.
MVP.
Mm-hmm. Best boy.
He is our best boy.
These,
And what is?
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what is everyone else doing?
I'm in here with James, and these scrolls that we've been looking at, can I kind of take a look, not at the scrolls themselves, but at like the parchment or how they're wrapped to see, you know, if they're older scrolls, if they're new, or what they're written on?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
Not my strong suit.
No. Oh, 13.
Not bad.
Yeah, these scrolls are made on some kind of parchment that is like vellum in texture. The ink is more on the dark brown side rather than black. And they are fairly old.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. They look like they've been like well cared for, though.
Yes, they've been taken care of. The scroll cases themselves were a little bit more interesting in their construction. I believe they were made of some kind of dark material, and they were bound with silver or gold fastenings. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they were sturdy scroll cases.
Hmm. James, who do you think made these?
I don't know, but who or whatever they are quite powerful and old.
Hmm. Seems like some dark material here.
Yeah, it definitely is, yes. I mean, I have read the scrolls. One of them I understood a little, the other one only gave me bad vibes. I think we should report this.
Oh, they'd probably take them away if we did, wouldn't they?
What would you suggest, then?
Oh, we might be able to sell them to a collector, maybe.
Is that smart? Look, these are dangerous scrolls.
Hmm.
Don't want them to be in the wrong hands.
Yeah, you're probably right. Plus, there's still quite a lot of guards out there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back and rejoin the others.
Yeah. That's yeah. He's gonna put the scrolls back together. Just carries them in his hands. Like, unsure where to put them, really.
I can hold on to him.
James hands you one of them. Which is for all intended purposes the Unholy Frenzy one.
Hmm.
James doesn't tell you its name, but
This
out of character then we know.
this door does lead outside.
Yeah, we'll walk to the front one. Tim's just gonna hold the scroll case and with his other hand kind of fidget with his amulet.
Mm-hmm.
While all that was going on, and if no one's paying attention, Rihanna is going to read the letter she took from near Aethel's body.
Sure. While this is happening, we're gonna kind of like change our perspective for the moment. I'm gonna leave most of you here. I'm gonna go to this one, and I'm gonna. Actually, I can't leave you guys there without moving.
Can I also say what Vera's doing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Vera's gonna watch Brienne as she leaves, to kind of step aside. A little concerned. Her gaze does not linger on Elithal, but there's a little bit of pain there. But right now she has a wall of soldiers, still confused. She has a lieutenant, so she's currently donning a mask, and trying to be the soldier like she's been trained. I will occasionally just continue to check to make sure that the lieutenant is knocked out. And then instead of waiting in silence, she's going to be questioning these 4 soldiers, to ask if they've encountered any, has he been acting weird? Like, have they noticed anything strange? And kind of clock each one of them
Mm-hmm.
and see if she has any concerns from the 4 of those, insight checks or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely give me an insight check for them. They all have the same base stat line. So
Do you want me to do 4 or just 1?
just one would be good.
Okay. And if they seem confused, are we at the same rank, or would I be a higher rank than them?
You are a knight, they are enlisted, so you outrank them.
Okay, so I'm gonna apply that and try to take charge of them.
Yeah, they've already committed to you and Rianne being in charge of them. When you question them, they say he has been acting odd for a little while, about a week, that he has been going out at night, leaving the barracks without anyone with him, which is out of the ordinary. He's been coming back all hours of the night as well. It doesn't look like he's been sleeping, and he's been volunteering for patrol jobs around town, but there haven't been many results. Specifically, he's been on a drug task force to eliminate Serasomna, which is a drug that helps people sleep, but he has done nothing with that particular duty. Instead, he's been just doing his own errands around town.
And I'm gonna verify that they'll vouch for that and have that story to tell when the other lieutenant gets here.
Yes.
Or captain.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Vera's doing while all of this other stuff's going on.
Yeah, and while that is happening, in the town of Sorath, we have... I'm just waiting for Sin's computer to catch up. There it goes. Gawain, you've been traveling from the northern reaches of Corinth for some time, where your orphanage monastery has been and was. Children, hi, puppies. Be nice to each other. No, none of that evil doggy face. You have been sent on a mission to more or less slay undead in the graveyard so that you have some experience before you go and confront the Talion Crusade. You are arriving in this area now on the 4th of Florus in the new year. And as you draw closer, a shiver runs down your spine. You begin to be able to see the graveyard, this area over here in the top left-hand corner that has the different kind of ground.
No.
In comparison, that is the graveyard. And then you are probably about in this area here. So you can see it, you know that it's there. But it wouldn't be prudent to just go charging in right now.
Securing lodgings and base of operations would be the prudent course.
Mm-hmm. So as you continue down the road, you do take note that there is a building here, there is a tower, lookout tower there. You reach the front gates of Sorath and you spot this building over here. A small sign on the corner indicates that there is a small, paltry toll for entering the city for the first time, but there is the boarding house around the other end, down this way.
Sounds like it'd be prudent to make my way to the boarding house
Okay.
before thinking about entering the city. I'm not exactly wealthy.
Right. So you continue down the road, passing by the towers up here, the turrets, and you come around the back of the boarding house at this point. Weather's not too bad this morning, but as you draw closer, you find that there is a heaviness to the air. And here you are.
What precisely would I roll to see if I could pinpoint the heaviness in the air?
This would
The source,
be an Arcana check.
right? It's the one I'm good at.
And I need to fix this. Save.
Yeah.
Nope. It is persistent, but you don't really, or you're unable to pin down where this is.
No. So, start making my way to the front of the building, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Big building.
Yep. It's a big boarding house.
Sticking to the road because why the hell not? Trample their nice shrubberies.
Mm-hmm. No reason to do that.
Damn it. Camera won't move. There we go. So. I imagine I see the commotion up front
Yes.
as a
You see a line of soldiers. You see that there is a dog and a dark elf and another dark elf. And two men. And you all see this person approach as well. Go ahead and describe your character.
So, Gawain is, for a half drow at least, huge. Like, around 6 foot, 6'1". Looks like he weight trains for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, his armor is mechanically chainmail, but he's big enough that, like, commissioning a suit would have been beyond his means, so he's wearing gambeson with the holy symbol of Roisa on the chest. And from small splits in the surface cloth, you can see piecemeal metal plates underneath it. And he has... What's the saber called again?
It's a Kreia.
He has a Kreia greatsaber slung across his back. And he looks to the least authoritative looking person he can see, and no offense, Raven, that's probably James. And he says, "Did something happen here?"
James looks at you for a moment. Yeah. A lot, actually.
I assume I arrived at a bad time.
You kind of did.
He just sighs. Curse my sense of timing, I suppose. Is it something that's hush-hush? So he basically just asks what's going on and if there's any way he can help. Like, he's very clearly, very openly some kind of holy warrior priest.
Uh,
No, he introduces himself as Gawain.
Attention, Norris.
It's nice to meet you.
He over there, and he points at Veracasa. Basically in charge a little bit, together with her over here, and points at Rianne.
So he can obviously tell that they're both, like, the high ranking compared to him, at least, right? I know on a metagaming level they outrank him.
Your character's not in the military, correct?
I meant on a social level.
Oh, on a social level, absolutely yes.
Yes.
They do. You're not really aware of the relationship that drow have in general, because you're an orphan. So
yeah.
But you do know that drow women tend to be in charge of things. So
Also, they're yelling.
I beg your pardon, I am not.
You're yelling on the inside.
That I will grant you, but no. Just Rianne
I-
has read a letter and folded it back up and is pitting mayhem.
I can tell Rianne probably doesn't want to be approached by a random stranger at this moment.
No.
So he approaches. God, I'm trying to.
Veracasa.
Thank you. He approaches Veracasa and introduces himself as Gawain. Would the word paladin be in use here?
Yeah, paladin is a thing that does exist. They're known to be people that operate outside of the bounds of the law, whereas the military in Cruelty enforces the law as well as acts as the army and security for all of the people of Cruelty. Paladins are entirely faith-bound, and usually that's just a thing that causes a red flag a little bit for the military. Oh, a paladin's here. that's somebody to keep an eye on because they might do something crazy, you know? So that's something you'd be aware of. So if you want to introduce yourself as a paladin or not, that is up to you.
So, I mean, he's straight up wearing Royce's symbol on his chest. So
I was gonna ask how familiar this symbology looked, if I would have been able to pick up on that anyway.
Yeah. Give me a history check then.
Okay.
You know that a lot of soldiers casually worship Roysa. They're not full adherents to any sort of faith as far as you're aware, but you do know that a lot of soldiers do worship her casually, like a lot of the earthly gods are casually worshipped in Cruelty. There's not a whole lot of organized religion. There's some monasteries of the that profess their undying attention to some of the gods, but it's not not like a full-blown institution. Roysa, go ahead and give me a religion check if you don't mind.
Sorry, I have to keep walking back to the computer because I'm letting the dogs out.
Roysa, you know, is a female god, and she is one of the earthly gods. So she falls within the bounds of stuff that is allowed in Cruelty, rather than stuff that is discouraged or actively hunted. So this is allowed, but it is not encouraged, and it is not disallowed, and it is not hunted. So
okay. So she'll clack the symbology, just kind of internally, not really saying anything. She'll kind of like have a little bit of uncertainty just because there's a lot of cult activity. But this isn't a face that she has seen around their adventure so far. It's familiar symbolism. So benefit of the doubt, just kind of nod because there's a lot happening. Check to make sure the lieutenant's still knocked out. And hold out her hand and introduce herself while all this is happening. Very gruffly, Bronze Knight Veracasa of Jinan.
Gawain introduces himself. Gawain, warrior of Roysa. I've come to slay undead, ostensibly, but I have some combat experience. Is there any way I can help with what's going on? Seem like you're in charge of things at the moment.
We can discuss that. We need to take care of our friend. Can you get somebody to take care of his body?
It is at this point he blocks the body. Damn, he was standing right next to it too. He's kind of dumb. Himbo hours.
Perception. Look, air.
I legitimately didn't see it because it was transparent, using a TV across the room from me. He sees the body and says, "Fairly certain the funerary rites I'm aware of wouldn't apply, so I won't do anyone the disrespect of offering." So he just sort of awkwardly stands at the ready in case anyone needs him, I suppose. Like, he's open about the fact that he came here to kill undead in the graveyard. that note, I hear one of my responsibles ringing the bell. I am a caregiver. I will be back in 1 moment.
Already.
Mm. Well, with that, I'm gonna go get breakfast.
There goes Timothy. That's a window, Timothy. These are doors. He looks inside to see if there are people still gathering. They aren't. They're mostly in here now.
Stuff's about to get real.
Oh, stuff's already gotten real.
Ugh, very real.
Rian says something in Drogar to, she calls it across the way to Vera, who should see it in the chat.
Yes, I see it. I was not at my computer.
You can when you go to type stuff, there should be a box next to your chat box. There's a box for checking off language. And then there's a drop-down box that you can select which language you want to write in.
Well, it should have been in Drothgar, because that's what I selected.
Ah, well, maybe. Everything comes out translated for me, so.
Well, yeah, you're the GM. It has to.
Yeah, so.
Can anybody else read that?
I think.
Okay, that didn't. Okay, whatever Timothy put up, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Were you able to read mine?
Yep.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, so as you guys are waiting,
And that's exactly what she's doing, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, as you guys are waiting, these guys say, what should we be doing right now other than, I feel like we should do something. Do you want us to patrol the perimeter? What?
You're gonna stay right here and wait for command. And tell them
Okay.
what you've seen and experienced.
Okay, I just don't want to just be sitting here. That's all.
You will breathe when I tell you to breathe, maggot.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, they're being watched. I'm not letting them go anywhere.
Okay.
They can play cards if they want, but
They sit in a circle and just start rolling dice. Just
which is offensive to me, knowing that, my cousin is dead 2 feet away from them. Sorry, 20
But
feet.
they don't know that.
I know. I haven't said yet it's a family matter, but it is.
It is.
It very much is.
Vera,
Yes.
could I talk with you for a moment?
Gawain, new guy.
Yes. Yes.
Can you make sure this guy stays unconscious, please?
I can handle that.
Okay. And then yes, I'll walk away. I'll glance over, make sure that it's actually happening, because I'm trusting somebody new and don't know anything about this guy.
mhm.
But he's someone available. Rianne's still concerned. I'm not going to bother her, but then I'll walk slightly away to be able to have a conversation with James. A little out of earshot. Yes.
Gawain is very intently watching and making sure the lieutenant doesn't stir.
He does actually begin to stir a bit because it's been more than a few minutes. He shakes his head. He's starting to shake off the being unconscious.
Gawain looks down at him and says, "Don't move if you know what's good for you."
He slowly looks up at you. He still has his helmet on and blinks slowly. He appears to be very dazed.
Do I hear him
Go-
speak?
Gawain is just going to stare down at him with his hand on the hilt of his saber.
Yeah, you hear him speak. He's not.
Okay.
He's not being
I
quiet.
hold up my finger to James. I walk back over. I knock him with the back end of my sword
Mm-hmm.
and knock him out again.
Okay, yeah.
Non-lethal, and
Yeah.
then I walk back.
Yeah, you see her come up, give you a dirty look, knock him with the flat of her with the non-edged side of her saber, knocking him out again. He's on the ground fully again.
Blade was getting ready to. His sword's big. It takes a minute to draw.
Yeah, she just beats you to it and then goes back over. Now just,
Clang.
yeah, just ding.
Yes, James.
Gawain is also at the disadvantage of not really knowing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk about you, about the scrolls that we found on him. And he points at the unconscious guy on the floor.
Okay. Report.
This one, and he holds the scroll case. It's the worst of the two. Blood boil. Don't know if it says anything to you, but it's very painful, very deadly. I mean, you can guess what it does based on the name.
Don't like the sound of it. What is the other one?
Unholy Frenzy. Don't really know what it does, but it gives off very bad vibes.
DM.
Yes.
Vera has had plenty of experience in the military and has probably encountered the types of mages that are standard. Do either of these seem familiar at all?
Make a history check.
Can I have advantage because I've experienced it kind of firsthand? Secondhand-ish? Yes, no?
Sure.
Okay. You said history?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I'm glad I
Thank
asked for
goodness.
advantage.
Nice.
Thank you
Saved by
for
the
that.
advantage.
Mm-hmm. Twist my arm just a little bit to avoid that natural one. Okay. So, Blood Boil, Unholy Frenzy, bread and butter of cultist sorcerers.
Interesting.
Dark cultist sorcerers. That's magic on the dark end of the of things. So
this is like really solid evidence too.
that's solid evidence that there's some kind of, at the very least, dark presence going on here in Sorath.
And it was found on the lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nope, that's not his name. Why the fuck did it do that?
Vera is going to kind of clap him on the shoulder, say, "Hold on to that. Good work, soldier." Like, she's very much channeling every part of training right now and kind of forgetting where she is because she's had to walk by someone she's grown up with multiple times now.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of walk back to where the lieutenant is.
Okay. Yoink. This guy arrives. Timothy, you do get breakfast. This guy arrives and he says, what are you gentlemen doing here playing dice? What's going on? Was asked by a runner to come here. These guys all...
Brienne gets... Do I recognize his rank?
He is a commander. So he is quite high up there.
Higher than Rianne?
Yes, yes. Rianne's only a lieutenant.
Yeah, but she's also a baron. Or to be
Socially,
fairness.
yeah, socially you might be higher than this guy. You don't know his name yet.
No, I don't know his name yet. I summoned you.
Ah, I see. You are, and he smiles.
Bronze Knight Ryan Verasta.
Veradesta. I see.
Veritas.
I know you. I know you very well. You have a storied history in the military. Step back, boys. And these two knights step back. Give us a little room. They step back again. There. You four, step back. Do the same. Let's talk like members of the gentry, which we are. Why don't we go over to that bench and have a conversation? I am Commander Lester Vervan Cressa. I am the heir of House Van Cressa. Just to refresh your memory, miss, I've seen you at many a court party when I was growing up.
I'm sure you did.
So I was told that there was a situation regarding Lieutenant Hawline and something else. The infantrymen didn't have enough details, and, you know, the lower soldiers tend to not... Well, they tend to embellish the truth quite a bit, and he smiles.
Yes, they do. In this particular case, they probably didn't. You see that blanket over there?
Yes, I do.
Underneath it is Erithal Ariash, the
Elithal?
younger son of the Duke.
There, Ariosh. He's under the blanket. He's dead.
Yes.
My, that is unfortunate. And he,
Now you see why we have a problem.
Yes, a member of the nobility has been murdered here. Are you inferring that... And he points over at the unconscious form of Lieutenant Jace Hawline, that, he is responsible for the deed?
I don't think he is, but I cannot know for sure. I do know that he was trying to use magic on me when I was asking him some questions.
I see.
And I unfortunately tend to react badly to that.
Oh, no, that is completely understandable. He smiles.
So does Rianne. It's a very polite court smile. So, we need to take care of my younger cousin's remains. We need to contact his father. And we need to find out what magic your lieutenant was trying to use.
I see. Well,
And according to his men, he has been acting somewhat erratic of late.
I have not heard any of these sorts of reports yet, but, well, it seems that, with what you say, things have gotten out of hand.
Oh, one can say that.
Do you have any evidence of the magic?
James, do you have those scrolls? She turns and calls back at James.
I have one of them. He yells back.
Can you bring it here to show the commander, please?
Yes, of course. And he hands her the scroll case.
And, you said this was boiling blood, I believe?
Blood boil.
Blood boil. Yes. I hand it to the commander. I think that sounds delightfully uncharming.
He nods. He says, "It sounds like a killing spell to me. I shall hold on to this." And he puts the scroll in his pocket.
At this particular point, and I should have done this earlier, I would like to inset Insight check him.
Okay.
God, I cannot talk today. Do I get an advantage since I probably know him, or at least his family?
No, unfortunately, you know of his family. You're not very deeply ingrained in his family, so it's not the same level of knowing them as it would be with any of the Ariash. All right, so 15.
Solid.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. He gets a +4 on his, or a +5 on his deception checks. So let's see how well he rolls. You do beat him. Okay, so what you understand from your exchange with this man is that he is a worm. He doesn't care about what's going on here. You pick that up pretty easily. You understand that he is someone who cares only about himself and only about what he can gain from any given situation. He being a commander, he must be up high in the local hierarchy of the military. He may even be the province commander. You're not really sure. You don't serve out of Sorath, so you're not sure of that kind of business. But if this kind of guy is in charge of the local garrison, you now understand exactly why they have been underperforming, because he's not letting them do their job because it doesn't suit him for whatever reason.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't suit him because he'd have to do reports on how bad things actually are, which would reflect badly on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know the type.
Yeah, that's one theory, yeah. So you know this guy is a complete tool. He's false. He's just here dotting I's, crossing T's, and doesn't care about any of this.
Wonderful. Right now, he's all I've got to work with. So, we need to arrange for the local funerary to come and take care of Eothal's body.
Yes, of course.
And, if possible, arrange for transport back to the capital.
Understood. I will have the proprietor of this building take the body into the cellar where it can stay cool and not be exposed to the elements out here. That way it'll have some time. I'll make sure personally that a cart comes by to pick him up and he is delivered to Fordeath. And he smiles again.
Brienne is going to stand up and smile, not politely at him, and say, "Good, but just remember, he's the Duke's son. He is cousin to the king, and my youngest cousin. If anything should happen to his remains, I will hold you exceptionally, personally responsible."
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
With or without advantage?
With advantage, I would say, in this situation. You look like you've been through a scrape and you're very capable.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of backs up a step and says, "Of course, I would never dream of misplacing his body or anything like that. I will make sure that it will get where it is supposed to go. You have my word as a member of the nobility. I would want the same for myself if it were me."
I'm sure, but Just remember, I have all the time in the world to make sure you do.
Of course. Of course. I will relieve these soldiers of your command, and we will get started on this immediately. I will also take Lieutenant Hawline into custody. I'm sure you have other business, Baroness.
Yes, I do, unfortunately. Although I would like a report of whatever information you get out of him. It would be useful.
Given that a family matter occurred rather than a military matter occurred here, I will make sure absolutely that you get a report on what happens, since it is a direct tort against your family. And he nods.
Most kind and much appreciated. So I will leave you to your duty, and I will go work on mine.
And
Until later.
he nods again and smiles. Until later. Gentlemen, we have work to do. You two take Lieutenant Jace Hawline into custody, and these two knights come over.
Gawain backs away from him just so he's not caught up in anything.
Yeah. We'll take him from here, ma'am. And they grab him and start dragging him unceremoniously through the bushes, then out of the bushes.
Vera can't help but kind of bare her teeth a little bit.
Gentlemen, please assist the proprietress in transporting the deceased into the cellar. I will speak with her momentarily. As he passes by you, James, he smiles, and he looks at you, Timothy, for a second.
Yeah.
Wearing a hood.
Yep.
And
Comes in handy.
yeah, baseball cap and sunglasses, baby.
Baseball cap, sunglasses, and pandemic grade N95 mask.
Yeah, and he is talking with Sonya about the basement. These four infantrymen say, thank you, ma'am. We have duties now to complete. And they kind of start shifting off and discuss how best to get this corpse moving. They figure a 4-man posting is probably the best way. Carefully lift him and carry him into the building.
I assume he's wrapped up in the blanket.
Yeah, they
That
make
would be
sure.
easiest.
Yeah, they make sure he gets wrapped up and.
Cousin, who is him? And she waves at Gawain.
He just showed up.
Wonderful.
Gawain doesn't really know how to do anything around nobles, so he tries to like politely bow and says that apologies for intruding. I was simply seeking.
The bows are unnecessary.
Please don't.
He's clearly a country bumpkin.
Cute. I need a drink.
Oh, God, yes. I need a drink, I need a medical kit, and then we need to talk. We will probably need drinks after that, and God's breakfast.
Pretty slim pickings in there.
Did you eat it all?
I did not eat it all. Timothy's still munching on a baguette.
Is our I cannot remember is the Scaldy there? Come along, Mayhem.
Orc.
You too, Gawain. We seem to have picked up more. Yes, Bork. You good boy.
Wait. Just kind of awkwardly tromps in behind everyone.
Well, he wants to kill undead. I think that's probably helpful.
We have picked up so many spare sheep. I can't. I'm going to see if there is food at the bar.
There is. Today's continental breakfast is courtesy of the state of Sorath. There are many various pastries that are laid out. It smells amazing in here. They've been baking all morning. And they've got some other meats that are ready. She just puts out a plate of bacon and goes back into the kitchen. She says, would you like a beverage as well? I've got plenty of wine, and she gestures to the wine rack. We also have ale.
Which is stronger?
Wine. Wine is stronger. And she,
Not always, but in this case, yes, I would like 2 bottles of strong wine and a couple of meat pies.
Okay, she grabs a couple bottles of wine. She passes them to you. Says, we will have the meat pies ready as soon as they are available.
Fabulous. Where is, I will be in my room, so if you could bring it there, that would be delightful.
Absolutely.
And heads for the room and hands Barakash one of the bottles as she passes by.
Oh, okay.
Come on, cousin. Go eat, Gawain.
Can you let me uncork it in the moment, strong arms, and then just take a giant swig out of the wine bottle before I even step foot into the hallway?
It is very dry.
Go right ahead.
The Maltal Red is a wine from the southern region of Cruelty.
Is that our room?
This is your room, yeah.
Okay. Yay! I made it inside for a change.
There you go.
And close the damn door.
Gawain's just thinking to
Brienne
himself.
uncorks the bottle and takes the same kind of slug that Barakash did and hands her the letter.
Okay.
Read this.
Yes, please let me read this.
Yes, so you can use the trade menu in the bottom left-hand corner to pass the
I
item.
just pasted it in the Discord
Okay.
for her.
That works too.
Yes, it does. Marianne is going to apply herself most digitally to her bottle of wine, and that is going to be the player's note to go get some more liquid. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it posted, though?
I'm sorry, what?
Where'd you post it?
In Discord. Under yours.
Probably directly to you.
I don't think I
Directly
have
through
anything direct. Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute. It helps if I hit enter.
It does.
All right, you've got it. I'm going to
Alright.
get more to drink. Be
Drinking
right back.
wine and reading.
So Gawain, having basically been ushered in with the group, just sits down at the table and says, I feel like I stepped in more than I bargained for.
I guess that
Well,
depends on
why
what you
is-
bargained for.
Why is the dog talking in demonic?
Best not to ask questions.
That was Dark Elvish. Hold on. Many sniff.
Barks in Dark Elfish.
Yeah. Bork. Mayhem sits next to Gawain.
Gawain reaches down absentmindedly and pets the dog. He is very good with animals, actually, relatively speaking. Well, all I bargained for was coming to Sorath to kill undead for experience.
Then yes.
Oh boy.
Timothy has 4 plates of food.
I see you keep going back and forth. I assumed that's what you were doing. Yeah.
I'm not going to shuffle the token around, but I'm just going to imagine that Gawain got something to knock the travel dust out of his throat and a loaf of bread or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is Timothy only grabbing food for himself, or is he passing the plates?
He's just grabbing plates for himself.
James would occasionally like, can you grab one for me as well?
He'll go back and he'll grab a couple.
Ask for one, but thank you.
Yeah, we charge it to the room.
Seeing as we share a room.
Exactly.
Munch.
All right. You have some breakfast.
So you just wander into town to kill some undead, huh?
Essentially, yes. Sounds nonsensical, but many things in my life sound nonsensical at this point.
Well, I think you're in luck. We're going to go visit some undead for said eradication in a relatively short order.
Oh, moving as a group is safer than moving on your own.
Yes. You can slaughter the undead for experience and tag along.
Sounds like a plan then. Thank you.
Back. Thank you for your indulgence.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind
Based
those
on-
other 2.
Based on the procession and severity of atmosphere, let's call it, I suppose the deceased was someone important.
Really?
Yeah, you could say that. We'd only met them the once, but they seemed nice enough.
Sad. It is fairly obvious that Gawain is kind of a country bumpkin at this point. Just
Timothy will hand him a plate of food.
thank you.
One of many.
Actually, I had been getting hungry. I'm slightly low on rations.
Oh, I know what that's like.
Took a long time to get here from the north.
Yeah, adventuring does not pay well.
Fortunately, it does not. Odd jobs for room and board here and there. Do at least keep food on the plate, though.
Well, don't worry, you'll get plenty of experience here, and then you'll have some time to do some odd jobs, make some coin.
Cumbered.
Yeah, I was looking at your inventory. You're carrying too much shit.
It's just like the default shit, too.
I know.
probably lose the javelins. And
You're-
pounds each, Jesus.
Yeah, you can toss the stuff that you don't want to carry into the vault, into your campaign's party inventory. That's under the utility folder.
Okay.
I gotta put you as an owner. There you go. So now you should be able to do that.
Where's that?
The utility
There it is,
folder
that's it.
under A Blaze of Cruelty. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some studded leather, there's leather armor in there, there's a bunch of scimitars, longsword, a couple hand axes, dagger, bunch of animal feed, some agua, bunch of salamander beef, rations.
Honestly, most of my encumbrance was fucking 50 pounds of javelins.
Are they really that heavy?
So it looks
They're
like they're 10 pounds each.
they are
That's a lot of javelins.
you had 5. They are 2 pounds each.
Oh, so it was 10 pounds of javelins.
Yeah, 10 pounds of
Okay.
javelins. Yeah.
Huh.
Chainmail is rather unrealistically 55 pounds.
Yep. But it's a way to balance the game. There are enchantments to reduce that weight, though. So
Yeah.
If you can afford it.
I feel like that's a shot at the DM, but the DM doesn't care because his armor deflects all shots. So, you know.
Besides, wasn't Timothy given money to take care of that?
Timothy was.
Excuse me.
On
Yes.
that note, I am going to go and use the bathroom while others take the scene.
Okay. So, scene's still yours, guys.
So has Veracasa read the letter?
Yeah. She hands it back to you, says, "Hate that," and finishes the wine bottle.
Make a
Yep.
Constitution saving throw, please.
I will gladly do that. And then, let's see. I mean, you know. And then she'll say she wants to kill shit, which she does.
Anything in particular or just in general?
Probably undead shit would make the most sense, but I mean, no innocence.
Personally, I want to kill the thing that has Calvin's face, but at least we know he is still in the city. Although, should
Yeah.
I say him or it? Because I seriously doubt if anything of Calvin remains other than the form.
Vera, you are feeling slightly tipsy, but not unwell.
Yeah. I didn't want to be right like this.
You never do, cousin. You never do. Rianne is much more measured in drinking. Hopefully there will be food shortly, so...
Yes, so one of the servers comes by through the back part of the hall and knocks on your door.
And delivers meat pies.
Delivers 2
Yes,
meat
thank you,
pies,
so kind.
piping hot, and then shuts the door and goes back to her
Here's
duties.
a question.
Mhm.
The letter, was it handwritten? Like, did it look like Calvin's handwriting?
Yes, it was handwritten, and it did look like his handwriting.
Did it seem frenzier than usual, or did it look like precise?
It was precise.
It's very calculating.
I promised Skalgard that I would try and save his son, but I don't think there's anything left of Calvin left to save.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I mean, I don't think he would have wanted us to save Calvin at the cost of Aelithal either.
No. So, you want to kill things. We need to kill things. There's something incredibly rank about this city, but I'm not sure what. That particular one of the spells, and the one I think he was trying for me, was called Blood Boil, which
Yeah, I read that one when James handed it over. It didn't sound pleasing in the slightest.
I am not old enough to deal with this level of pain. Munches through the meat pie and works on the bottle of wine. So, what's the newest stray we've acquired?
You know as much as I do. I was a little preoccupied with making sure Quarry stayed unconscious. I don't know. Traveler wants to kill undead. Seemed useful to have around.
Well, fair enough.
We probably should check in with the others.
Probably. All right, they're gonna head back out, I guess, and go find out if we're gonna be go killing undead and find out more about our newest sheep.
Yeah. Before she leaves the threshold of the door, Vera's gonna take a deep breath in, kind of grab at the space between her eyes, shake her head,
Actually,
and then
before she leaves, I should have in my inventory why do I not have there it is. I'm going to take one of the potions of healing.
Okay.
I'm at 25.
Yeah, you can. You're at 26. You can target yourself and then use the item, like you would a weapon.
Okay, how do I do that? Like that?
Well, you didn't target yourself, but yes. And then you roll the quote unquote damage.
Technically, you're doing a short rest right now, yeah?
Yeah, you can do a short rest if you'd like, as well. If you prefer to not do the potion of healing, you guys can roll a short rest.
I would like to do a short rest.
I'll roll a short rest.
Okay. So that is on your character sheet under hit dice, the S rest button.
That healing potion might say Timothy lie someday.
And you can roll as many dice as you need to, Rianne. So if you want to roll another one, you can.
Okay, I will for another short rest.
There you go. Now you're at max.
Now I'm max. Yay. Okay. But I figured if we're going to be going hunting undead, I should be healthy.
Yes.
She's still working on her bottle of wine, by the way. Why can she not?
Because the door's
Did I
shut.
not open? The door got shut.
Trying
Damn it.
to, yeah, it does that when you land on the door. Try to like either path through the door or use the WASD keys to maneuver through doors.
Okay, so
You could also use the arrow keys to move.
that's Sonia.
There's a
there
wall
she is.
right there that you might be colliding with. Yeah, Piper's here. If you're looking for Piper.
Piper. So, Piper, do you still
Yes.
want to go look at the graveyard?
Are you sure you want to do that today?
I really, really want to destroy things. I think I have to do that today.
Okay. She closes her tome that she's been writing in. Says, then I am happy to oblige. We have some places that I would like to go in the graveyard to do some continuous research. Yeah. So some crypts. If we wanna do some crypts, I'm happy to do that. If not, we can wander around the graveyard again. Look at maybe there's some samples that I haven't been able to get yet. Also, the Undercity is a really great trove of information that I'd like to explore. She smiles.
I'm sure, darling. Do you want to go kill undead things, Vera?
Yes, absolutely. Is our Scaldy friend here?
Sorvac has not returned.
Okay, that's fine.
Gentlemen, we are heading to the graveyard to kill things. Do you want to come along?
Oh, I suppose that's why I'm here in the first place.
Why are you here?
I was sent from the north because there's always undead in Sorath, and I am supposed to kill as many as possible to learn to fight undead as an initiate.
Wonderful.
Get this. He's here just for experience.
Seriously, Timothy?
Timothy will give like a knowing wink.
Oh, charming. All right.
Gawain
yes,
does.
Mayhem, you're a good boy.
Gawain quite notably does not catch the meaning in that joke.
All right. Onward and outward to the graveyard.
Not even rolling insight. He just failed that check. I don't understand.
Just opts to fail the joke understand check. Okay. All right. So you all depart for the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Yeah.
Always good to walk off a large meal.
How many meals did you have?
Just 4.
So the answer is precisely yes.
All
Yes.
of them. All of them. Yep. Okay. Would we like to investigate one of the crypts?
Yes, yes, we would.
Okay.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Do. Nope. Not that one. Aha.
Does Mayhem still tend to follow us around, or like?
He's following you guys everywhere.
Okay.
A good dog.
Okay. Who would like to roll?
What are we rolling for?
What?
You're rolling for which crypt? I load.
New guy can do it.
Tony, let Tony do it. He's the new player.
Okay, what size die am I rolling?
You're rolling a d6, homie.
Okay.
4. Okay. All right.
Now, if we all die, we can blame Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Figures.
How much undead have you killed? We'll just kind of chatting on the way up.
Yeah. Have your conversation. This is gonna take a minute.
A few? Not
A
a
few.
notable number, but I do have some experience.
What,
Ah.
pray, is some?
Skeletons, wraiths.
What experience would he have at level 4?
So you would have some experience fighting beasts mostly. Not so you don't have any experience fighting the undead from where you're from. Local beasts such as wolves, the occasional snapdragon, and salamanders, wild salamanders.
I relate that, and that this is my initiation with the undead.
Okay, so once we know that, I call Piper over,
Yes.
and I immediately just set Piper on.
You set Piper on
Gawain.
Gawain? Okay.
Yep.
So
He's new at this. Give him the rundown.
I understand. Okay, so and she begins talking your ear off about the undead. So if you go under the player journal under Sorath, not that I really have to tell you any of this, because you're very familiar with the undead in Corinth. There is an entry called "Study of Sorath Graveyard," and you can read that to your heart's desire. It's a lore entry that is available to you, and she just basically is telling you about her research.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what is your marching order, guys?
4th.
Me last.
First,
Okay.
somebody's got to stay in front of Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Gawain will
Somewhere in
also-
the middle.
I will
Gawain's a
probably
beefy
be-
boy. He'll take up a guarding position.
I'll be in that case, right behind Rian. Maybe in the middle. Maybe one in the middle.
I'll go with the last end then.
Okay.
You already called it, so.
On the way to the graveyard, though, Timothy's going to inquire about Gawain's unique weapon. It's kind of an interesting sword you got on your back there.
I don't remember his face, but all I know is that it was left to me by my father when he dropped me off at the orphanage. Something about danger and not being able to care for me anymore.
Doesn't sound very common for a baby to be dropped off with a great scimitar.
Kreia Great Saber? I think that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Kreia Great Saber. That should sound familiar to both of you, Vera and Rian.
It does.
Yeah, it is a drow weapon. It is a large version of the Cresfa saber that Veracasa carries, and a large version of the saber that Timothy carries. The weapon itself is the one that Gawain has is old, not as old as either Vera's or Timothy's, and it is rudimentarily decorated. And I am ready to go ahead and activate where you guys are.
I was just barely old enough to remember being dropped off.
I mean, I'll be blunt
It's-
about it. Was your father drow?
That's all I know about him, yes.
What
Dark.
the hell is that? Is that showing up? That shouldn't show up. For that. Okay.
My life has been strangely filled with drow references these last couple of weeks.
I'm sorry, are we a reference to you?
All we are is reference humor. We're a Family Guy cutaway gag.
I'm just saying, 1 saver is an oddity. 2 is a coincidence. 3, kind of point between the 3 savers.
Is enemy action?
That's funny. Okay. You come down a spiral staircase as you enter what appears to be a crypt, and find yourselves in a deeper location than before. The walls have some skeletal remains kind of next to them, and this is the room that you find yourselves in.
Okay, why can't I see anything?
You should be able to see. It should only be dark.
All I see is the staircase.
Yeah.
There's a cutaway there.
Are we supposed to head that way?
Work.
Says that. There we go.
I'm having to use WASD.
Sorry.
That's your fault. It's Foundry's design and not allowing token collision.
Piper says, I can't see anything. I can't. Oh, this is a wall. Okay.
I'll grab Piper's hand.
Okay. Okay.
I'm having the same troubles.
Could we get some light down here?
But let's see if we know where we are first, since the last time we had lights, we ended up fighting a wraith.
Good that you say that. And I'm gonna cast False Life.
Okay, this looks like a semi-safe area. I'm going to, with the GM's kind provision, light one of my torches since I appear to be in a hallway.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have torches on your inventory sheet right now?
I should.
I might have moved them just to keep you under encumbrance, so let me just put one in your inventory real quick from your vault. And do. Yep. One. And we're gonna use that.
We
Don't
are.
mind all the crunching sounds. It's just some twigs and leaves.
What's the duration on Bless?
Duration on Bless is I think it's 10 minutes. Off the top of my head, it might not be that long. Hold on, I'm trying to do the torch at the moment.
I'll look it up in 5e tools.
Yeah, 40. You can look it up in your spell.
I don't see a duration on the spell there is the thing.
Bless is concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There you go. Flickering light and do. Sorry, I'm just configuring a torch.
Yeah, if you expand the spell out at the bottom, it will say concentration, 1 action, the range, and the duration.
I see it now. I was zoomed in.
Alright, this is a tight corner, so I'm going to move you guys into the hallway. There we go. Okay.
Well, the torch is helping. Does this help, Piper?
Yes. I can head towards the light. She's so fast.
Moving with a
Say that out
purpose.
loud. She also has great hearing.
She does.
My token has doubled itself. Weird.
It's probably because I've tried moving it earlier.
Okay, I guess I'm last now. That's fine. I'm okay with last position.
You're at the back. This appears to be
Oh, look.
a crypt.
Crypt. Look, Piper, we found you a crypt.
Oh, this place is old, she says as she investigates this crypt. Don't touch any of the sarcophagi.
Timothy stops leaning on one of the sarcophagi.
I'm gonna continue to watch our flank.
I continue to watch the door.
Gawain continues specifically to guard Piper.
James is going to start ritual casting detect magic.
Huh.
Okay. That'll take
It's
10
a lot of
minutes.
spell spots. That
Yeah.
will take 10 minutes or stuff.
Okay. Mayhem is sniffing around this room.
I tell him to be careful and not touch the sarcophagi.
He comes
And
up
don't
to
pick up any bones.
he comes up to you, Vera, and he kind of grabs your hand with his mouth,
Yeah.
and he starts pulling you this way.
Okay, I will follow the dog.
Speaking of dogs, hush, little man.
You're moving us very quickly.
He carefully pokes his head around the corner of the sarcophagi and looks this way. And then he sits. Piper is carefully drawing sketches in her book.
Gawain is on high alert.
I will draw my sword. I'm sure it was drawn. I'm sure it was.
Mhm.
And I will peek around the corner. I don't see anything.
Nope, there's just more stone. Vera, could you bring the torch over this way? Or,
No, Vera doesn't.
Rianne, sorry. I can't see Vera. Oh, there she is.
Would I roll anything specific to see if I sense any undead approaching?
You actually have a feature for that, don't you?
Oh, do I?
Mhm.
Shit, I forgot.
Divine Sense, I believe.
Divine. Can't find it on my character.
It's under your features page.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to open my awareness to know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Okay. As you open your awareness, you find that each sarcophagus contains an undead force.
Gawain is going to bring that to the attention of the party.
So
Oh, yippee.
that's why I said don't touch them. These are guardian undead sarcophagi. They were placed here to protect their master, whoever that is. Which is what I'm trying to determine right now. These particular sarcophagi are quite old, perhaps 400 years old. Maybe more. I don't think we're in one of the individual crypts, she says.
What crypts do you think we're in?
I think we're actually in the Undercity.
Wonderful.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that this place is much larger than we expected. Okay, I think we can move on. As long as we don't disturb these, they shouldn't awaken. Correct. They are...
I mean, we should look for traps too. Is there anything that would trigger them awakening? That maybe the floor or the walls?
You can make an investigation check to search for traps if you would like.
Okay.
Anyone can make that roll.
I'm also going to make an investigation roll to search for traps.
Good, because I didn't do well. It's not her thing.
With a 9,
I mean,
you...
investigation isn't my strong suit.
Yeah, with a 9, you're like, no traps here. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a trap to be found. No, still no traps.
9, 10, 11. Jesus.
Keeps going up.
Quick, someone else roll so we can get something decent.
Nope. Nope. Went back
No.
down.
Oh my-
Went back the other way.
I had to say it.
Yes, you did.
James, you are so
Yeah.
certain there's no traps in here. Okay. Oh, so now I think we can move on. Which way do we go now?
I will say, I will let them know that Mayhem was concerned this direction, so be on your guard.
I guess. What can be scary down dark, tight passageway underground?
And towards a
Cousin, I
potential
think we're nothing but on our guard.
Well,
All
ladies
right.
first.
I guess I'm leading. Right,
No, I've got the
it's
torch, so.
Yeah. Okay. The people behind Mayhem, Brienne and Dominic and Gawain, you see that Mayhem's tail is tucked and he's kind of, he's moving around like he's a little scared.
Yeah, that's not a sign of anything at all.
I'm
No,
going to
it's not.
I'm going to keep my divine senses open to catch any approaching undead. Or demons.
So, Mayhem, which is the scary way?
He kind of backs up a little bit.
So, not that way. So, we're going to go this way.
He wags his tail and moves closer to the sarcophagus.
Yes. Piper, we have more sarcophagi.
Oh, interesting. Okay, more of the guardians, it looks like.
A lot of guardians.
Oh, this one's the master, this one here, and she points at this one. Who is this? And she brushes off a little bit of the sarcophagus with a little brush, very lightly.
So I'm actually specialized in this. Should I roll history?
Yeah, make a perception check, Timothy.
Okay.
Oof.
Roll for amazing.
I know nothing.
This is, while this is an area that you may understand, Gawain, this part of the history of Cruelty you're not fully aware of. This is stuff that's hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
She says, this man here was a minor nobleman of Sorath, a Landress or something like that.
Does the name ring any bells?
Make a history check.
Does Rianne get an advantage for her age?
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Damn.
I'll take that.
Yeah. You're recalling that there is, in fact, a man named Landress staying at the boarding house. Count Milton Landress. This might be a relative of his. An ancient relative, but a relative nonetheless. Minor noble of
A tell
Sorath.
Piper. Minor noble.
But
Sorry.
she, I was gonna say, she turns to you and her ears perk up. And you tell her about this man just a little bit?
Yes. Yep.
She says, oh, I've met him in the boarding house. He seemed nice. He's quite old though. I think he's sick. Timothy, your perception check, that 13, you hear some kind of very faint, beastly kind of growl.
I will draw my weapon and then hiss at James. James.
Yep.
There's something down there.
Does that
I'm
sign
gonna-
just loop back to the top?
I wonder. I don't know.
There's a T intersection there. You would have noticed that before.
Okay, sorry.
Nope, it's
Keep
okay.
going.
I'm going to open my divine senses again. Do I sense what might be making that noise?
No, you do sense just the 4 undead in this room.
Okay.
4 undead?
Yes.
That's good. There's 5 sarcophagus. So
Yeah,
only 4
the
undead.
master's sarcophagus is not undead.
Maybe the old guy is actually the undead walking around. Maybe it's empty.
Whoever made that?
Piper frowns at that and says, oh, I hope not. He seems so nice.
Did he
so
seem
what?
undead to you?
No, he just seems sick, that's all. I think he's got the weeping cough or something.
Dominic will very loudly shush. And then point down the hallway.
You don't sense anything down the hallway, Gawain.
Gawain relays that. I don't sense what the noise was.
We
Vera,
know
you
he's
should check
hearing
it
stuff,
out.
right? Check up. Anything on the ceiling?
Yeah, you don't see anything on the ceiling, Vera. It's just stone. Carefully placed stones. If this is the Undercity, there should be a chapel. We should try to find it.
Of course we should.
Well, you know, there's supposed to be a sword in the chapel.
Oh, a sort of what?
It's called the Banishing Blade. It's a sword that is it kind of like refutes the undead, she says.
Well, that's always a useful thing.
Yes, gravekeepers of Sorath used to carry it. Oh, you're taking the torch very far, Vera. I mean,
We not
Baroness.
yell our presence to everyone in the crypt.
I'm sorry.
Why am I in the lead?
Your
because
19
I've
AC
got
will
the
be fine.
stupid torch.
Don't we have
Can I
multiple
give
torches?
the torch to one of the others?
Yeah, you can give it to somebody else.
How?
You can't technically do that. I can technically do that though. Who would you like to
Please
give
it
this?
to Timothy. He's closest.
Okay.
Don't we have multiple torches that we can lit?
I mean,
Light.
if you want to use a hand for that.
My weapon is two-handed in case anything goes down, so I shouldn't.
I am having a sword and a board, so
So do I.
So maybe we'll proceed a little bit slower, quietly.
using the in-game timer of false life, did the spellcasting of my detect magic already go off because I kept ritual casting?
Yes. Your detect magic did go off. You didn't sense any magic in that room, and you currently don't sense any magic at this moment. Rianne,
Session.
as you are coming up to this corner, you see a clawed appendage creep around the edge there.
Mm-hmm. Can I try smiting it with my axe?
Well, as it comes around the corner, there is a monster standing right there. And we're going to roll initiative.
We are really spread
was-
apart.
I was waiting for Piper and Mayhem to move.
Sorry, my bad. She would be here, and Mayhem would be here, and I will move you now.
What do you mean configure initiative? I just want to roll the initiative.
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah,
I hit the wrong button.
it's okay. Trying to get everybody in the tracker at the moment.
I rolled okay.
And there's James.
Ugh,
Bada bing, bada boom.
God. I
Yikes,
rolled
James.
the worst initiative.
Yikes.
I mean, I am last in the tango line, so last in initiative.
I rolled okay.
Fair.
So it comes out of around the corner, and you were just about to get ready to smite the hell out of its clawed hand. It looks horrifying. In the darkness, you see that this creature has flesh sort of sloughing off of it. It's got bony bits that are covered in eyes. It's got one big massive clawed hand, a little clawed arm. It's got two heads that are kind of tearing apart from each other, and it just looks like a horrible amalgamation of multiple beasts. It's got eyes in places it shouldn't, mouths in places it shouldn't, and its arms and legs are unnaturally shaped. Let's see here.
Barbara Streisand?
Wow. Okay, so it is going to make its attack. It has one claw attack. It misses. It reaches out to slash you with that big arm that is clawed. You dodge out of the way and tries to bite. That will hit. As you dodge out of the way, one of its heads kind of lunges forward as it staggers forth, and it gets a bite onto your arm.
Oh, one of its heads.
You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right. Wonderful.
Oh, let me unpause the game. You succeed with a 14. You
Oh,
take
good.
9 points of damage.
Wonderful.
And that is the end of its turn. Piper says, "What's going on?" And she keeps walking forward.
Oh my
Trouble up
god.
ahead.
Talking is a free
Bad
action, right?
things, Piper. Bad things.
Okay, and she stops where she is, and then ends her turn. Gawain, your turn.
Okay, so Gawain steps forward and... Oh shit, I'm not... Am I in range to hit it here?
Yes.
Okay. It's hard to tell on my screen, sorry. Okay, so let me check which smites I have readied. Insight check's a free action, right?
Yes.
Can I insight check to see if I can tell how it would react to fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's a big throw.
Nice.
You are, as you are approaching this creature and it comes around the corner and attacks Rianne, your divine senses go off immediately. This is a bestial demon. It's bad news. It is very likely immune to fire.
Okay. So I am going to use instead. I'm going to relay that to the party. This thing's some kind of bestial demon. And I'm going to use Wrathful Smite. Cannot change. I'm not trying to change prepared spells. I'm trying to cast prepared spell.
Wrathful Smite? Yeah, you've got that on.
It's there we go. Okay. I have to roll an attack roll now?
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure you target him.
Yeah, I forgot to target him, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Let me open my character sheet back up.
You should be able to drag and drop your Great Saber onto your hotbar as well.
Yeah, I forgot to do that, my bad.
It's okay.
Gawain's target is blocked by a wall.
I'll just scoot you.
Okay. Attack. Public roll.
Ooh, that does hit.
Okay, and now I'm
Nice.
gonna roll damage on Wrathful Smite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's plus my attack roll, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And he fails the saving throw.
Okay, so that's 13 damage, and I believe he's frightened of me.
Yes, he is frightened of you. As you bring your blade down and crash it into him, the magic of your smite passes into the creature, and it does become afraid, but your blade glides off of it, not even harming it.
Oh, fuck.
But it is frightened of you.
So that means I only did the 2 damage of the magic smite.
You do infer that from what just happened.
Okay. Well,
Now his facial expression makes a lot of sense, right? On his
Yep.
token, he's oh fuck, that's bad.
no. It was not harmed by the non-magical part of that.
Vera, your turn.
Oh, that's not good. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I can barely see anything. I can just barely see it.
Yeah. You're arriving as Gawain is saying that my attack barely did anything to it. Only the magic part hurt it.
Oh, puppy, does your ear itch? Poor baby.
Then... God. Well, I got Radiant added to my weapon recently, right?
Yeah.
I am gonna go ahead and use my action to get in melee with it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action rage.
All right.
Um, I didn't realize I used one in the other fight, so that I'm down to 1 rage. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you still want to use your rage?
Yep, it's fine.
Okay.
So for those around me, because I am 5 feet from it, you get advantage regardless of where you are if you're attacking the same creature.
Okay. Let's just apply your rage. All right, end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mayhem cautiously approaches and comes around the corner. He whines. He's very unhappy with this. And then he ducks back behind the corner to protect Piper.
Good call.
Rianne, it is your turn.
Rianne is going to take her move action and move to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to smite him with her axe.
Sure thing.
And I get... will that give me an advantage roll?
It won't force it to you, but you can roll advantage because of Vera's feature.
Yeah, I know, but how do I do that?
Oh, okay.
Just
So
roll twice?
no. So when you click on the attack button, it'll give you a pop-up, and then you click advantage.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right. 26 hits. Yeah.
Not critical, so normal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and this is a wholly magical weapon. Big chunk. So you bring your axe down on it, carve one of its smaller limbs off, it screeches, and yeah.
On the backswing, going to attack again.
Okay. 18 does hit. Dealing 19 points of damage. You bring it down. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Okay. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, never mind. He doesn't. It's just destroyed. So you cut it down and slay the beast. As you cut it down with the axe, bringing it up on the backswing, cutting off one of the heads, its form begins to bubble and turn black, and it melts into the floor, and smoke rises off of it as it catches fire for an instant and dissolves into ash.
That is utterly disgusting.
So, now that combat's over, Gawain is going to cast Cure Wounds on Rianne.
Oh, thank you. Most kind.
One moment, let me roll that.
James comes up running.
You
What
get,
happened over here?
Zombie dog.
you get 11 hit points back.
Oh, thank you.
I know, puppy. Hold on a second.
Oh, I accidentally healed myself with the targeting. I'm sorry. I meant to target Rianne. Save me, DM. Save me.
DM is off dealing with a puppy.
Speaking of puppy, I need to put mine outside while he's doing that. Never mind.
Reasonable.
He went back to bed, so I'm gonna go get another drink while he's doing that.
So much fun. So much fun.
You know, I was gonna get really angry about my rage being used for no reason, but it gave you advantage, and I feel like it tracks with the vibe of today. Vera sees first thing that she wants to kill and gets very angry because today is not a great day.
No, today sucks. Today sucks so very much. No, and I thank you most kindly for the rage. The advantage was delightful. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Especially on that second roll.
Just for extra, she's probably gonna stab at the empty air for no reason. Killed it.
Yep, we did in fact kill it, cousin. But don't do that to your sword. You don't know when we might need it.
And I've returned. The gang's all here.
So I accidentally cast Cure Wounds on myself instead of Rianne.
Hail, the gang's all here.
That's okay. I fixed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does this undead
So
creature
that
look
was
poisonous?
delightful.
Um.
This undead creature looks like ass.
Yeah, it's just ashes now.
Eh.
Unfortunately, many demons just reduce to ashes once they're destroyed. I believe James might be on
Oh.
a break. I'm not sure. I haven't heard Raven yet.
No,
Raven.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Are you trying to get into this room?
Yes.
Okay. then
Please move me if we're moving.
I will do so.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah. The walls
James
there
is-
are a little janky.
James is still not quite sure what just happened.
Undead zombie dog.
Well, dead zombie dog. Yes. Piper, we found more sarcophagi.
Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Okay.
Gawain, being huge, just sort of awkwardly shuffles to the side and lets her squeeze past.
Mayhem has cheered up. He weaves. Yeah, you pet him as he weaves through all of your legs. Oh, okay. This, whatever was occupying this room was not normal. This
Normal for undead or normal? Because normal for undead makes me very concerned.
normal for Sorath.
Okay.
For the Undercity, according to my research. This one's still sealed, but according to the text here on the sarcophagus, The individual inside may be cursed, I think, so don't open that one. This one, it looks like the same situation, however, it got opened somehow, or let out. You get bad juju vibes from that sarcophagus, Gawain.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of bad feelings from that sarcophagus over there.
Yep, we're not gonna touch it. We're not gonna open it.
Might be accurate about this.
Yeah. I would like to search the room
Sure, yeah, make an investigation check.
just because I might pick up something that Piper wouldn't.
19. This room
I'll take.
has not been visited in a very long time. You discover that just from the resting dust on the floor and on the various parts of the sarcophagi and the ruined wood here. This is rotted, dry rotted, and to the point where it is crumbling. If you touch it, you're fairly certain it will rot. Even it will break apart and turn into dust. Amongst the room, there's nothing by the way of treasure. There's no tools. This place was built here and left the way it was and never visited again.
Not looking for treasure, looking for information.
Yeah, it just looks like nothing has been here. Whatever the creature that was occupying this space, those are the only tracks that go back and forth. Occasionally it appears that it wanders out of here, like it did to attack you.
Okay. So, Piper, do you want to go further?
I would like to. There's supposed to be a chapel. There's supposed to be various tomes down here, records of the city.
Okay. Well, I guess it's back we came.
Okay. There's an easy way to tell if a guardian undead is actually acting the way it should. If you don't approach it, it won't attack you. It should not chase you. It should just remain where it is if it's active. However, if it's not a guardian undead, if it's a naturally occurring undead, or if someone else created it, not for the purposes of guarding its master, then it will attack you. So that's kind of the behavioral line we're looking for these things. If it doesn't attack you upon seeing you, it means it's a guardian undead and you can walk away from it. If it does attack you when it sees you, obviously defend yourself.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get past the janky corner.
Janky corner. I'll do that for you guys because it's just
Thank you.
it's a bad corner.
I straight up using the numpad on my keyboard.
Yeah.
Many years of experience with roguelike.
There seems to be an unmoving
Okay.
duplicate of me.
Yeah. That's probably because I moved you. Don't worry about that. Just use the version of you that moves.
None of them move.
Oh,
That's the fun part.
Yeah, you need
Wait, one of them moves now.
You need to refresh your page, is what that is.
I'm gonna refresh.
I would like to know more about this sword while we're walking that Piper thinks is going to be in this chapel. What exactly does
What does the banishing blade do?
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to light. I can't see anything. I'm gonna hold on to you, Vera. It's supposed to light your way, and it's supposed to, sort of fend off the guardian undead when they get a little rowdy. It's so that a gravekeeper can, get to places where a guardian undead might be active, so it will push them back into like a corner of the room, and you can then do your work, kind of deal. Does that make sense?
So why would it be unused in a chapel?
That's the thing. It went missing a very long time ago, but it has a way of turning up again. So, it has a history of turning up again, that is.
Okay, since we're in this room and I can see, it appears to be dead torches on the walls. Are they dead torches?
Yes, they are unlit at the moment.
Going to pull one, light it off the torch we have, and give it to Piper.
Okay. Ooh, she says, thank you.
Just remember that they might attack you because you have a light.
She nods.
Okay, shall we search this room, gentlemen?
See any reason not to.
How long does your divine sense last, by the way?
It's one action to activate it. It doesn't really have... I don't see a limit on activations, so I'm just
Could
activating
be
it.
4, I think.
You do have 4. It's 1 plus
One-
your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I see it now. So I've used 2 then.
Yeah, you've used 2, so you've got 2 left.
It only lasts 1 round.
Air.
Yeah, you don't see anything out of the order. It looks like this was the last room that was being worked on. You've got some scaffolding here. These are some shelves, some stone shelves that were put in. There are some tools over here in the corner. They're very old and dusty, covered in spider webs. And this table is haphazardly put together. There are 4 barrels making up the chairs, quote unquote, of the table. And there's a sack of something on the floor there.
If I prod the sword with the sack with my axe, does it disintegrate?
No, but it tears very easily. As you approach that corner,
Any
there.
body in it or anything?
No, there's no body. It's just. It looks like there's
Okay.
just like some kind of fine dust of some kind. As you approach that corner, a dark, shadowy thing on the floor gets up.
I will step back around the corner. More creatures.
Gawain readies
Oh,
his sword
yay.
again.
It hasn't moved yet. It looks at you, Gawain.
Slowly steps over here. There. Yep, there is something around that corner.
Oh, what is it?
No. You stay
something
back.
nasty. Something nasty.
Okay, but my research.
Something that looks like it probably wants to eat us.
You can't research if you're dead. Don't become your research.
However, it doesn't appear to be attacking us.
I would like to
Could it
look
be one
around
of
the
these
corner.
guardians?
True, it could be a guardian. It doesn't seem to be coming after us.
Yeah, let's look at the positive side. We're underground. There's already one thing that attacked us. This is most definitely not something evil.
Kind of very carefully leans. I can't really make out what that is.
Since it already knows that we're here. Hey, are you evil?
Do you shout that at it?
Right. Just sarcastically.
It's an interesting kind of shape. It's a very muscular creature. It's got long arms that end in very long claws. Its face is a skull, So it's got a very bony front skull plate. It has no eyes, just little red glowing bits where the eyes should be. It's got a long tongue. It has a jawbone that is on the exterior of its skin, and it looks like it could rip you open if it wanted to. It doesn't respond to you saying anything other than, like, it opens its mouth a little bit more and its tongue kind of flips to the side.
What's Mayhem doing?
Mayhem's just kind of sitting.
Yeah, it looks absolutely friendly.
Positively happy to see us, isn't it?
She says, "Oh, that's a ghoul. That's interesting."
Interesting in what way, Piper?
Well, if it wanted to attack us, it would be all over us right now. But it doesn't seem to. They have supposedly they have a poisonous breath, and they can climb on pretty much any surface.
So, we should probably take that thing as a warning not to go in that room, then.
It's probably protecting something important. I would be interested to see what the trigger for it to attack would be, but I wouldn't want to risk anyone's life or limb.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I'm not stupid.
This pile of stuff next to me.
Yeah, it's a pile of tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a hammer and throw it at it.
Okay. Are you trying to hit it, or are you trying to throw it in its general direction?
I'm trying to hit it.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
Like an unarmed strike?
No, you do a dexterity-based attack roll. So, do a d20 plus your dexterity modifier. You're not proficient with improvised weapons, so
Nope.
You don't get proficiency.
Dexterity.
Yeah, so you grab a hammer and you lob it at it, and it kind of skids along the floor, slides into this little area here where it's at. It looks at the hammer and returns its gaze to Veracasa, actually. It doesn't even regard you. It's looking at her.
Well, that wasn't
Maybe
it.
it's a proximity. I'll step forward.
Oh no, here we go.
Okay, you step forward.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It regards you again, and then it steps forward, mirroring your movement almost.
Okay.
And it waits a beat, and then it moves here and starts taking off down the hallway.
Interesting.
Oh, great. Now there's going to be thousands of them.
That is
Just
not-
watch.
It's not what I expected it to do.
Timothy, has anyone ever told you what a positive, joyful optimist you are?
Speaking of that, since we've been down here, inspiring all of the people around me, can I use my inspiring leader trait?
How are you going to inspire them? Just by your actions alone?
Yep.
I'm not sure if your actions alone have been inspiring, my guy, but sure, you can use your feature.
Everyone gains 7 temporary HP.
That doubles Piper's hit points.
Oh God. Well, that's good to know.
Is that something that we would put on?
Yeah, I'm putting that on your sheet right now.
Okay. I will.
Someone doesn't get the temporary hit points.
Yes, because someone already has the temporary hit points.
I do.
Yep. Alrighty.
Yeah, I've got them on mine.
Yeah, I just put them there.
Okay.
Onward and inward. Okay. So it ran down the hallway?
Yep.
To the bottom of our screens, or it ran to the left of our screens?
Down, 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 down.
No, I was asking the game master.
Oh, it went this way, yes.
Okay. Because there are 2 ways it could have gone, so. So it went bolting this direction, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Odds.
Now you hear the sounds of rushing water, Rianne.
What is that in front of me?
This is a bridge.
Oh, yay.
Hmm.
I'm going to check and see what's down here. We are not crossing the bridge until we find out what's behind us. This looks like a book.
Did somebody say book?
Yep.
Maybe, Piper. Hold on.
It is a
That's
book.
It's exactly where I'd put a booby trap.
Yes, that would be. Investigation to see if it's a booby trap
Sure.
or survival.
Investigation.
No, which one?
Investigation.
Okay.
That almost didn't want to. 12. There's no trap on that.
I'm also going to roll investigation.
Someone has very little trust in the DM.
That is better.
16.
Yeah, there's no trap on that.
Anyone else?
I'll roll investigation on
I
it.
picked the book up.
As you go to pick up the book, you realize that the pages will crumble if you move it. There's a new journal entry,
Piper,
though.
I will be passing this back to you. You will have to look at it as it is.
That's fine. Let me see what languages she knows. Okay. There is a new lore entry in your player journal.
Lore documents. Sorath.
She says, I can't read
Is that
this.
part of study?
No, it's the one below that, tome 5.
I don't see it.
You don't see
I
that.
see tones 1 through 3.
I don't see it either.
Nope.
Oh, okay. My bad. Observer. There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, you should be able to see tome 5 now. She says, I don't speak that, whatever that is.
Exactly hit that with Google Translate.
I don't think I speak it either. Do I recognize that, or does Rianne recognize that at all?
It is one of the it is a form of Kruic that you don't understand.
I've got nothing.
Well,
I'll
you
take
don't
a
have
quick
any
peek at it.
languages on your sheet, Gawain. What did we talk about? We talked about this one, this one, and I think. Let me save those at the very least.
I think we actually forgot to do that part.
That's okay.
It's not a derivative of High Kruic, is it?
No,
Would it be a
Piper, is
good
it
time to
something
say
that you
that I can read?
Huh? What'd you say?
Is it a good time to say that I can read?
Yeah, it's a good time to say that you can read that.
In that
You
case, I can read
it,
that.
What does it say?
I'd be interested to know myself.
Drum beats in the night. They draw closer.
Move you up for the purposes of just making this narrative make a little bit more sense. James, do you approach
Yeah.
through tome to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can read those words. You recognize the language.
Yeah. Beyond the stairs is the vault of Sorath. There be buried heroes and villains of the sword for that war. Blood spilled between brothers. From the eyes of one, a war of domination. From the eyes of the other, a war of unification. The path winds, and to the final vault one must pass through the walls, as if one were dead. One may pass over the void, and through the soldering.
Piper very hastily copies down the words you say.
As soon as you mention brothers, I look over at Brienne.
Yeah.
Beyond the stairs is the Vault of Sorath. The Vault of Sorath is where a lot of the dead were buried from the Sorath Death War. That was a very bloody civil war in our early history.
Great.
It was before our unification as a country. It's probably one of the oldest places in Cruelty.
Sounds like a
Well then.
lot of undead might be milling about in there.
Quite possibly. Alright, so there's this room. Or this. But further here. Come on.
Timothy, you spot the creature.
There's
Oh, our friend's here again.
There's a wall there.
oh yay.
Yeah, there she is. Okay.
Stupid walls.
Look, I was trying to make a thematic. I was building a maze, all right?
I am doing a notice.
Whenever I become a pharaoh and build a
Okay.
crypt, it's going to be just wide open, hollow pyramid.
Very unstable.
With a piano floor. Okay, I see the creature. What else do I see in this room?
This looks like an old campfire, and there's a relief here. As you enter the room, the creature steps in front of the staircase.
Okay. I'm not going to go near the staircase.
Creature
But you
must
said
be
there was a
protecting.
relief over here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not approaching the staircase, so it shouldn't be attacking me.
And
What does the relief look like?
that is now available in the journal. Carved into the stone is a scene of a mason carving a labyrinth and another carving a crypt. The labyrinth carver appears to have a slasher's grin and wide, insane eyes. The other mason appears concerned.
Wonderful.
And there's text.
Just what one needs.
There's text written on it as well.
I can't read that one either.
James, you think you can read this?
I can give it a try
Come take a
if I
look.
can click on the right places.
This will be Relief 3, Sorath Undercity.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I can read that.
That's interesting that you know so many of these languages.
Well, that one's probably just High Cruic.
Beware the labyrinth below. It was carved by the man. The vaults of Sorath are lost forever to all but the foolhardy. Who may only find death and ne'er return.
Piper says, it's a warning.
Seems like it.
And I'm sure he was placed here to
Yep.
keep us out.
Seems that way.
What about this campsite, though?
No, he can investigate that as well.
Could be a fresher undead, placed there by someone who
Sure.
founded the
Why not?
labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
You poke around inside the in the campfire, the old campfire, and it seems like it's recent compared to all of the other stuff that you found here down here that is so old. This old campsite is recent.
Hmm.
Can we tell how fresh, quote unquote, the ghoul is?
That would be an Arcana
Compared-
check.
Okay. Just compared to all the other undead we've seen. That is 19.
He's fairly fresh.
This ghoul seems newer than the other undead. It could have been placed here by someone who went down into the labyrinth to try and find the vaults.
Oh, yay, it's still gooey.
Perhaps we should deal with this later after we explore this level some more.
Do the stairs go up or down?
They go down.
I agree with Timothy. We need to make sure we're not leaving anything behind us. Any idea how long we've been down here?
Piper says, probably half an hour.
And yet it felt like only so short a time.
It feels more like 45 minutes ish.
An hour, anyone? An hour?
About 10 minutes.
No, because then my false life wouldn't work anymore.
Ah.
All right. Do we want to go across the bridge or go back the way we came?
We already know back where we came was from, so down the bridge.
Fair enough.
It is 5 p.m. my time. I need to step away to feed my grandfather really quick.
Sure thing. We only have about half an hour left in
Go
our
right
session,
ahead.
so.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just his usual dinner time. caregiver keep up the schedule.
No,
through the day.
that's perfectly fine.
You find another tome there.
Are people lost?
No, they're coming. They're just taking their time.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I just think it's rude that you can walk over people.
They shimmy out of the way. It's a shimmy.
Fair enough. You're not taking the entire
Let's
5
see
foot
what-
square, are you?
Nope. I beg your pardon. I am not that big.
I know.
James, do you want to take a look at this book?
I
We
can
found
give it a
another
try.
book, Piper. I can only assume that this one is just as fragile as the others.
Yes, it does appear to be just as fragile. Nope, I meant everyone, not just Tony. Default. Okay, this is Tome 7 of Sorath Undercity.
I can also read it.
Yay!
The Banishing Blade is an old sword carried from the ancient lands to Krun. It followed by the Yusti family and was left here in Sorath after the war as a trust to protect the Undercity with. It is said that it was a weapon won in battle, stolen from the elves and wielded against dark spirits in turn. While Dart himself never touched it, and would in fact shy away from it and other such devices, legend goes in its use once condoned.
Piper looks very excited. And she is copying down
I
what you
assume
said.
she wrote all this down.
Yep, she wrote all of this down. That is interesting. I think this particular dialect here is written in the royal family's language. In their you know how twins sometimes have a language between each other. The royal family keeps its own language between its members. Very few people know it outside of the family. How you know it, Mr. Ornoris, is very interesting, and I'm sure it's a story for another time. However, this is saying a lot of very interesting things about our nation's origins and about the Banishing Blade's origins itself. This is quite the find. This is worth coming down here for. Just this information alone, she says. Yoink.
So, do we want to continue exploring, or do we want to leave so you can rate this up?
I'm back.
Welcome back. We could keep going for a little bit more, I think. We haven't come into any major dangers. And it looks like everybody's okay. She says, completely unaware of how bad that monster was when it actually hit you, Rianne.
There was another direction.
What does everyone else think?
I'm for exploring onward to see if there's anything else here in this relatively safe-seeming area that's not guarded by
A ghoul. It's called a ghoul.
A big scary monster with teeth?
Yeah, I was trying to be more creative, but a ghoul.
It's called a ghoul. That's what it is, she
Big
says.
scary monster with teeth.
Big scary monster with teeth.
I don't understand why ghoul is so hard to say.
That's... you just stop saying ghoul.
Does it bother him?
Creeping me out.
I don't know what's saying ghoul.
What the heck is that?
Oh, that's treasure.
Book?
You see,
Oh,
look,
oh.
this is the kind of thing that we're.
You know, and that we see one of those
I
coffins over
wouldn't
there
touch it if I were you.
before Daniel touches the treasure.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
open.
yeah. Before he touches the treasure, I am going to. Gawain is going to divine sense again.
Okay. You use your divine senses. You find that there are no undead in this chamber.
There's no one dead in this chamber, or demons either.
Yeah, it's just a couple of coins. It says split 11 ways, which is kind
Uh-huh,
of disconcerting.
Oh no, that's because it's counting all of the entire other party as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and do that myself.
Other party?
Yes.
It's also kind of disconcerting.
the in the Heart of Rage party. The other campaign.
They don't get our
Ah.
money.
It's counting them as well. So there are 5 of you. So each of you gets 48 silver pieces.
Piper, what can you tell me about this coffin over here in the corner?
This one in the corner. This one is about 250 years old. Merchant magnate. Not super interesting, she says. And 40 gold pieces.
Harsh.
Oh,
Hope someone pays more attention to my coffin.
Be more interesting, she says.
The
alright, I'm
hallway
gonna go
of
see
murder.
what's over here.
That's like 1d4 psychic
This appears
damage.
to be... Okay, that's the corner.
I'd like to
Alright.
report it. I would like to report an oof.
And who haven't I given gold to yet? Dominic? I just like how you guys are just still going. while I'm trying to pay you your treasure.
There's more treasure to be found.
I mean, we're leaving the egghead behind.
I'm
too.
not that interested in treasure, actually. I'm more interested in... Where is Piper?
She's coming. I was just, you know.
Dominic...
Excuse me,
Gawain, you're
excuse me.
supposed to be watching Piper.
I stayed behind with her.
I was.
All
looking
of you
for treasure.
collide in that one spot, run into each other. Very Looney Tunes style.
Scooby-Doo ass fucking chase bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
James, there appears to be another book over here.
I know.
I also want to point out there appears to be another empty
Coffin.
coffin.
Yep. That had not escaped my notice. But I'm not
One
going
would
to touch
assume
the
that
coffin.
the coffin would be full of something.
Interesting, she says. And then she lights this torch on the wall. Are you investigating this book first?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So this is
Please.
this is tome 6. I'm going to change that up now for you. Timothy, do you want to say what you see, or are you holding that to yourself right now?
I'm gonna get hit with an arrow.
I need to
Timothy or
rescale it.
James?
Timothy.
Skeleton, 6 o'clock.
So yeah, James, you can read that now if you'd like.
Where's the
The
in-game
beast
clock?
that moves through these halls, the carrion eater. I saw it the other day. I raised the banishing blade and it raised. I ran into a narrow passage, expecting it to be unable to follow. It did. Its body morphed and slid between these walls. I kept running and crossed the water. It would not cross the water, but the bridges. It might cross those.
The tome, this page of the tome was written in a shaking hand. The tome appears to be more recent, and it can be picked up without falling apart. There is not much written there, and the passage ends with a bloody fingerprint.
Okay. My sense of exploration has diminished.
Yeah, you're looking at that
Does
skeleton
Draper
there.
pick up the book?
Yeah, she picks it up. We should keep it just in case.
What is the skeleton doing?
It's just kind of standing there looking at Timothy. You could see it too when you were standing here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what
Timothy,
Yes.
why don't you take a couple of steps backwards slowly?
Because its vision's based on movement.
I said slowly.
Timothy's going to very quickly jump behind this wall.
It aggressively staggers forward.
Does it?
God damn it.
Wonderful.
Rattle 'em, boys.
Rattle 'em, boys.
Now I'm going to move to this side of the wall.
Mhm.
Please keep Piper back, and if we wait for the skeleton, we can maybe smash it as it comes through.
That's a good plan.
He says as he gets behind the wall. You can see that skeleton too. Now you can't. Now you can.
There's skeleton.
Yeah, it's right here. You can see it. It's
staggering
carrying.
toward us.
It's staggered towards you. It's got a bow. As Daniel steps out, it's going to take a shot at him.
Nope.
Oh,
Timothy,
It hits him.
That's what I get for looking.
you're the one who hunted cover in the first place.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I got what I deserve.
it shot you. Piper says, "Oh, that seems aggressive. That's not good." And she takes cover behind the sarcophagus.
Boomp.
It moves.
Just gonna keep waiting there for it to come through, and then I'm gonna try and smite it with my axe.
Can I move up here
Yeah,
so that I can be next to
we're not in
the
initiative.
fray?
I'll just jump at what comes into range. Circle it.
Shot
and beat
me.
It shot you. It didn't hurt you because it
Well, you
bounced
got
off your armor, but it did shoot you.
Is that a blood spatter back there?
Yeah, that's a blood spatter back there.
Hmm.
Oh, it's dead now.
I mean,
It was dead to begin
technically
with.
what?
It's dead again.
I'm gonna pop out here.
Okay, yeah, you can't see it.
Dominic, what are you doing?
It's got a bow.
I'll follow him in.
Okay.
Yep, I will also follow.
Right here. Boink. So as you step in, you do see another skeleton across in the room. As your vision passes over it, it is no longer hiding. And neither is this one. And neither is this one,
Oh boy.
which is right next to you. And neither is this creature.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This black, smoky substance comes out of the middle of the
Now-
floor and forms a humanoid shape, semi, that you recognize from the bone pit. And that is where we're going to leave off here. What were you going to say, Rian?
No, I was just the player was going to say this seems like the right place to leave the action.
Yep.
Sadly,
Okay, that was a good bait.
otherwise we'll be doing
I'll
it
give
for
you that.
hours.
Yeah.
You are a very good bait.
That was a very good bait.
Pulled you into a room full of nasties with one cheeky skeleton. Okay. Do you guys want to roll initiative now and pick up?
I was more than willing to wait to see what happened.
Or
Yeah, let's roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's.
I was going to say that I should get
What,
disadvantage for initiative, but the 3 kind of speaks for that already.
Yeah, the 3 kind of gives it to you.
Yep.
I got another good initiative check.
That one's from Mayhem.
Someone pushed me out of the way.
You do get the. There's.
No.
No? No, we're not going to push him out of the way. That one's for Mayhem, and this one's for Piper. And here's our antagonists. One of them got a natural 1.
Yay.
Who got the 1? Oh, the skeleton warrior directly next to Dominic did. Okay. We will begin here next session. So this guy is equally surprised.
Which
That's funny. Our next session is the first Saturday of January, which is actually 3 weeks away. So January 6th.
yes, it's the 6th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good to me, cheese.
We got that one, and then the 20th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Tony, just to let you
All
know,
right, then.
it is every first and third Saturday for Blaze of Cruelty. Just you should already know that, but I just want to make sure you know it for sure.
Yeah, you were clear about that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, but there are, at the very least, there, Daniel, there is treasure in this room, as far as you can see.
I know. It makes it the impending pain and certain almost dying worth it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
It's only going to be like 20 gold, but hey.
All right. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm going to shut off the stream now. Thank you, everybody, for coming by, and I hope you all have a good evening. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for Blaze of Cruelty, and we will see you again for In the Heart of Rage on the 20th of December. So put that on your calendar.